Okay, so the video cut off because I can only make 5-minute videos at a time, but the rest of this was basically showing that if Ty makes 3.5 signs each hour, then in 12 hours he would make 42 signs. If Harrison makes 3.75 signs per hour after 12 hours, he would make 45 signs. The question was asking what would the difference in number of signs each friend has made, and the difference would be 3 signs because the difference between 42 and 45 is 3. Okay, moving on to the back. So Julie's family is filling up the pool in her backyard. The equation 5.2x y equals 5.2x plus 8,400 can be used to show the rate at which the pool is filling up with water, where y is the total amount of water in gallons and x is the amount of time in minutes. So our equation is showing that it's 5.2 gallons per minute. And this 8,400 means that there's already 8,400 gallons of water in the pool. And then they're adding in 5.2 gallons per minute. So the rate of change for Julie is 5.2. Now, for her neighbor, Elena, she's also filling up their pool as shown in the table below. If you read the table, you see that after 0 minutes of filling, there's 7,850 gallons in the pool. That is the starting value. If I were to write an equation, it would look like y equals, I'll put my m value in a moment, x plus 7,850. Okay, and so now I just need to find the rate. Well, I can do, if we think of this as like our y and this as our x, I know that the amount of difference in the water here is 14.4 gallons after 3 minutes. Well, this value needs to be the gallons per 1 minute. So if it's 14.4 after 3 minutes, I can do 14.4 divided by 3 to get that it's 4.8 gallons per 1 minute. So my m value is 4.8. So for Elena, it's 4.8 gallons per minute, and for Julie, it's 5.2 gallons per minute. So whose pool is filling up at a faster rate? And how do we know? So that would be Julie's pool because she is filling at 5.2 gallons per minute, whereas Elena is 4.8, and 5.2 is more water per minute than 4.8. If you're putting more water in the pool per minute, it's filling at a faster rate. Okay, question number 7. We're going to compare the slope in each of the equations below. Circle the equation that has a greater rate of change. So what Ms. Gaskins did here is you have to put it in y equals mx plus b form because m is your rate of change or your slope. So we had to add 9x and then divide by 3. And when you do that, you get the equation y equals 3x plus 9. For this equation, we had to do the same thing. We had to add 3x and then divide by 4 so that y would be by itself, and it would be in the form of y equals mx plus b. So the rate of change for this equation is 3/4, or 0.75. So it's to compare the slope. So we just need to look at the slopes. The slope for this equation is 3. The slope for this equation is 3/4. Circle the equation that has a greater rate of change. That would be this equation because 3 is greater than 3/4. So remember, 3/4 as a decimal is like 0.75. 3 is more than 0.75. That's why we chose this one. Okay, question 8. Compare the slope in the equation with the slope shown in the ordered pairs. What has a greater rate of change? So in this equation, y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope is 3/5. Again, we see here y minus y, so y minus y over x minus x gives you a slope of 0.6. Well, 3/5, or 3 divided by 5, and 0.6 are equivalent. So they are the same. They have the same slope. Okay, for the last question, we have Reese and Kevin have been working out together to try and lose weight. Reese's weight loss can be modeled by the equation y equals negative 4x plus 203. So what this equation means, I only have 30 seconds, this equation means that his starting weight is 203 pounds and he's losing 4 pounds per week. Okay, and then Kevin's is shown here. Kevin's change in y was negative 20, change in x was 4, so his slope was negative 5. Reese's was negative 4, and who is losing weight at a faster rate? That would be Kevin because 5